All right, like I promised earlier, we are live from Makerspace Workshop this afternoon. Hey Becky, thanks for joining in here. You are going to see some hummingbird robots around story and creation. So we're going to start here in the front. And showcase what do you have and what have you created.
All right, well, we decided to go with Phases of the Moon, and this is actually what you're seeing right now is the last step of it, but we will play it. And
Hey Kelly, thanks for joining.
All right. And that's actually just half the phases, but that's just how it rotates. So.
Now, if given more time, what could you add to this robot or this creation?
Probably some lighting.
We could probably end the actual names of the phases, maybe. Lighting in back, we had thought for shadow. Maybe we could even, now I was thinking this is kind of crazy, but if we had another motor and put it upside down, maybe we could get all of them in.
Yeah, if the motor went 360 degrees,
Right.
we would have all the phases of the moon, because right now we just have half of them.
Incredible. And how could this application be used in schools, do you think? Or how does this change this lesson for teachers in the classroom?
Well, I think it really engages the kids because you have to spend a little bit of time on each phase of the moon. I mean, we had to look it up and figure out exactly which phase it was and why. So I think it keeps them on topic a little longer when they have to hands-on build and make things.
Awesome. Thanks. All right, let's move down here to another creation.
All right, ours is centered. My partner left me over lunch, but centered on Little Miss Muffet. So she's sitting on her tuffet, eating her curds and whey, and have the sensor set up. So along came the spider and sat down beside her and scared Miss Muffet away.
That is awesome. So by you covering up the sensor, activates the spider to jump
Yes.
and run. And how do you see this being used in a classroom or in a setting?
Well, you can think about it tied to storytelling, or you're bringing in the theme of nursery rhymes and how that plays into it, and how that looks different than traditional fiction. But also just, the engagement that kids have with this type of opportunity is going to be a lot more deeper, and then just learning about a book too.
Absolutely. And how comfortable were you with all of this when it started compared to how you feel now?
Very uncomfortable, and I would say it raised. I feel a little more comfortable, but just this whole day has been, but more so for me, like the excitement of not that I can do it, but there are kids that have the opportunity, and to watch them. And I think you talked a little bit about that. I'm learning right along with them, and they're going to probably pick up on things a heck of a lot quicker than I will. So,
Absolutely. Awesome. Thank you. And we'll come around the table to our last creation. All right, let's talk about this a little bit.
Well, it was talked about a little bit earlier, but it's ultimately meant to show off Hickory Dickory Dock and the mouse running off the clock. And so we built our whole Clockworks, and we've got the mouse on a simple servo so that as it rotates, you'll see the mouse running up the clock. When the clock strikes 1, which it'll flash, the mouse will then chase back down as well. And so mouse goes up, clock strikes 1, mouse goes back down. We set it up on a 2-part sequence, so it did it twice. And then just for fun, we've added in some simple motions and things that the following, trying to make the mouse show like it's dancing or something. But cool. A little bit different.
What would you say is a takeaway for you as a learner from doing this activity?
I learned that I can actually do it because I have never done anything like this before, and by the end I'm like, I can actually do this, and I think I could actually explain some of it to the kids too, so that was pretty exciting.
Curtis, you've dealt with some computer programs in that. What does this rate for like a beginner robotic builder?
Overall, I think it's actually fantastic for a beginner. The big key components, as we've looked through the expression building over here at the beginning, is essentially understanding more what do you have connected and how does it move, or how does it interact with everything else. And this simple GUI system laid out is very effective to show, okay, I'm going to change my lights here, so I'm going to go over to LED 2, And I'm just going to drag it to the side, and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to drag my blue, and you can see it happen in real time. So now I'm going to drag my red up, and it got brighter, but I'm going to drop my green down. Or maybe I want to actually move the mouse. So we're going to go to 72, and then my mouse moves. So it does it at that exact moment.
And as an elementary teacher, to, have this look like this and be able to, see, okay, this is the motor, this is the service, those kinds of things.
The color coding significantly helps the ease of understanding what's plugged in versus what isn't also. So they did a great job in terms of the simplicity, once learning that, and then just how to essentially on the sequence builder, after you've got this made, you go to the sequence builder, and then it is just a drag and drop. So you've got your sequences, you just grab your piece, drag it over, and drop it. And then you just hit your play button. So it's make it how you want it, truthfully, which is awesome. So it is easy to use, fantastic.
I love that each group did something completely different.
Right.
Nobody mimicked. This is what we started with today as a demo to showcase what they could have done. And it would have been easy to maybe mimic that or design that, but everybody took a different pathway, and that's truly what making's about, is designing that. So nice job to everybody.